Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula is taking that notorious train ride from Khayelitsha to Langa on the Cape Flats, and he wants to get a clearer sense of the daily struggles that commuters face. Now, the route has been plagued by cable theft, it's been plagued by vandalism, and we're going to try once again to cross over to our reporter Vanessa Poonah, who is at the station. Let's find out exactly where she is now and also what the minister hopes to accomplish this morning. Vanessa, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning to you. And I am at the Chris Hani station in Khayelitsha this morning. I'm joined now by Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula, who has come out today to experience firsthand exactly the state of the rail system in Cape Town. We know that this particular line, the central line, has been subject to vandalism, has been subject to high levels of crime. And this morning, just speaking to some of the commuters, telling us about the delays of up to 2 hours in some instances. And of course, Minister Mbalula just signed a memorandum that was handed over to him by the Unite Behind activists who have been launching their campaign, the Fix Our Trains campaign. And of course, Minister, very warm good morning to you. It's a cold morning out in Khayelitsha this morning. So far, quite a number of commuters have come through. They've spoken to you. Unite Behind has spoken to you about the crisis facing the rail system here in Cape Town.
Yes, this crisis has been going on for a long time, and it's not only here in Cape Town. It happens in all the big cities where our people experience these difficulties. And my mandate from the President, working with everyone and the stakeholders and the Deputy Minister, is to fix this. And fixing it how? Is to ensure that everything run up to normal, and to ensure that the trains are moving, on time, and that the banning of trains come to an end, and that we fight criminality in the train, we bring about security in the train, and ensure that we fight the criminal element that undermines the normal functioning of the trains, which is highly affecting the setup in Cape Town as we speak.
Minister, over the past 5 years, I know that there has been damages to the tune of some 500 million, over 500 million, over 170 trains that have been vandalized, satellite and so on. We know that the central line, for example, is situated where there are mushroom communities, which makes it prone to these kind of attacks. We've heard from PRASA officials, Metro Rail officials over the past couple of years that that operations will be set up. We know there was a rail enforcement unit. How then, Minister, will your department, under your leadership, tackle these very real challenges facing the system?
My starting point is to establish a war room, because the war room guarantees that all elements and all parties are on board, and we are not ad hoc. And then the minister get first-hand information and where necessary intervene. If we can establish a war room for electricity, I need that war room for the fixing of rail, and in particular passenger rail in South Africa. And so that we are not ad hoc in dealing with. All the things we agree must happen and tick the boxes. And then where there are difficulties, we must understand what are the challenges, so that we don't just come here like helicopter view. When there is a crisis, trains are burning down, we come, run down, and then we're not fixing anything. War rooms will be permanent, both provincial and culminating at the national level, and intervening. War room will look at security issues. We need to beef up the security in the trains. But war room will have community element. Commuters will talk to communities to come to the party. But over and above, we must arrest and deal with the criminal element and chase them. But then we must upgrade the rail stock, which is what we are doing. They can pile up. That is there must actually be upgraded. But we must bring in the new ones. And therefore ensure we fix things like signaling. As those things are fixed, how do we guard them, that they are not demolished and vandalized? And that is what is important. And we will then look at that in the long term, 6 months, 3 months, and all of that, the functioning of our plans. Because I can come here and then say that we'll do the following things and go away. How do we follow up on those things? And then the officials, I will come here and blame them after 3 months. We need a tight operation. This is a national crisis. As we invest the resources here, they must not go to plunder. How do we guard and keep up safe the resources that we have invested in upgrading the rail passenger mode of transport for our communities.
Thank you very much. Of course, Minister Fikile Mbalula there talking about the creation of a war room and saying then that the issues facing the rail system, not just here in Cape Town, but nationally, is indeed a crisis, and saying that there will be regular follow-ups from his department with all the officials to ensure ultimately a safe and reliable rail transport system for South Africa.
Well, thank you so much, Vanessa Poonah, with the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, talking about establishing a war room, as Vanessa reiterated there, regarding the rail situation in Cape Town. So we're going to take a break very briefly, and after that we'll have the latest in the weather forecast. And then Pule Mabe, spokesperson of the ANC, is here.